It's been quite a while since we've talked about an article that's been made on Tower of God. Ever since the anime came out, there's been various articles that go over like strongest characters, or we think this about this character. And I found one from a while ago that kind of blew my mind. It's about the top 10 strongest wave controllers, and it's a doozy. As always, no shade to the writers of these articles or anything like that. Normally, this just results in the fact that they don't know enough about the story, or they misheard something, or maybe just the way that they're ranking these lists. And don't get me wrong, like, I've made bad lists before, and even the lists that I make recently, they're full of flaws, you know, they're all up to personal preference. That's kind of the point. But I still think there's a lot wrong here, so let's dive in. So number 10 is Doan. Now, right off the bat, you could say, all right, this makes sense, because you're not necessarily, like, comparing it to anything else. It's like, okay, Doan's at number 10. Sure, you know, she's a warrior and whatever. And then number 9 is Evenkel. Okay, this isn't bad, right? I guess. But here's the weird thing about Evenkel. Do you even classify Evenkel as a wave controller? Okay, I was wrong. Evenkel is a wave controller and a fisherman kind of combined. I actually didn't realize that. So, okay, the reason though that this is still weird is if you're gonna count Evenkel, you're putting Evenkel pretty low on the list. But okay, so far I'm willing to say this is fine, right? Number 8 is Gustang. Po Bidao Gustang, one of the family heads. Dude, I don't know what it is. We had this whole discussion about Pobadao versus Lopobia. Everyone underestimates my boy Gustang. He is tough, he's strong, he's a freaking master wave controller. Just because he's a scientist, it doesn't mean anything, you know? But okay, I think the reasoning here, and if you look here, the readers have yet to see Gustang demonstrate his control. It's clear that his powers lie beyond that of every member of Team Bomb. The next time he appears, he stops a full-powered Slayer White. One day, SIU will give his fans the chance to see them in battle, but until then, his true strength is pure speculation. So they're saying that we can't judge him yet because we don't know his backstory, or we don't know his true strength? I mean, that seems like an odd thing to do, but all right, I guess the reasoning is that we haven't seen Gustang at full power. All right, fine. Then we scroll down and Han Sung-yu is at number 7. My boy Han Sung-yu, he is an extremely adept and powerful wave controller. The author goes into the fact that there's a bunch of mystery around the character, he's an anima, blah, blah, blah. But okay, let's pause for a second. They put Han Sung-yu above Gustang. They put Han Sung-yu above Evenkel. Even if you just compare the fact that they both use Shinsu, if you're counting Evenkel as a wave controller, which is fair, she is, and I was wrong about that, in what universe is Han Sung-yu stronger than her? Again, even comparing their Shinsu, you could argue that Han Sung is like more styles or something like that, but at the end of the day, Han Sung is not nearly as powerful. Then we scroll down and we get to number 6, Karaka. Karaka being stronger than Han Sung, better at being a wave controller than Evenkel and Doan. I'm actually pretty fine with this placement, except for the Evenkel part. I really don't understand the Evenkel side of things, right? But okay, fine, Karaka is a good wave controller. He's also a scout. We all know Karaka is the boy. All right, fine, fair enough, fair enough. Then we get to number 5, Lopobia Ren. All right, I'm all for saying that Ren is extremely powerful, saying that Ren, you know, shouldn't be underestimated, but putting him above Karaka, putting him above Han Sung-yu, who literally clapped him on the floor of tests, right? Just with his anima skills alone. And I get you're talking about wave controller, but like, Han Sung is 10 times the wave controller that Ren could ever be, right? You're putting him above Doan. You're putting him above Evenkel. It's just, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Ren, to me, you've got like Quant and Love and Charlie, and you've got Ren, who's like above that, but he's not, I don't understand, like, I don't see Ren, I don't know. Bit of a weird one for me, but okay, fair enough, you know? Number 4 is Kurdan. Do y'all remember Kurdan? Kurdan is the one from the second floor who has the big ol' hammer. He slams the lighthouse and frickin', you know, is able to do some cool things by like transmitting his energy to a different part of the map. He was able to hit Blueberry's lighthouse and smash Ren even though they weren't in the same location. Really cool technique. That's all he did. The author of the article, I'm assuming, is doing this just because of what he did to Ren. You know, oh, Kurdan beat Ren, therefore he's a little stronger. I mean, that's the only thing we've seen Kurdan do. He swung his hammer and, you know, the lighthouse helped him, you know, be a cutter. He's a cutter, okay? Transmit the power or whatever. I don't get it, dude. I don't get how that classifies as being stronger than Evankhell and Han Sung-yu. Okay, we're almost through. Now, all of this is like, it's fine, okay? I'm obviously over-exaggerating. I'm not upset by this, okay? I'm playing it up for fun. But, these next, okay, we're gonna get to the biggest offender on this list. You're gonna see why I wanted to make this video. All right, number 3 is So-Oh. So-Oh is here, and I'm okay with this, and one of the reasons is this article was written in 2020. It was like while the hiatus was going, I believe, and we didn't know as much as we do now. And by that point, So-Oh has been shown to be a very good wave controller. She's a red witch. She's able to work with Kel Halam to do some pretty amazing things. So, you know, this placement's fine. I'm not upset by this placement, but it really is just comparing it to the previous. Like, even if you, it's just so weird, even if you're only talking about being a wave controller. But see, this article is talking about top 10 strongest wave controllers. So I don't think it's necessarily just dividing it into Shinsu, right? So in what world is Evankhell at 9 and Han Sung's at 7, Gustang, whatever, let's forget about Gustang, Karaka, Ren, Kurdan, and then So-Oh? It's so weird to me, but okay. This is where it gets crazy, and I applaud the author of the article for being very creative with this next pick. But this next pick, number 2, the second strongest wave controller in Tower of God so far. Sola and Namo. Sola and Namo. They're counting them together, so I gotta give them some credit, right? But Namo and Sola, they showed up at the nest, did some cool Shinsu stuff, and that's it. They're rankers. They are regular rankers who are students. They're learning Shinsu, right? They're not even like fully adept yet, okay? And you're already saying they're the second strongest wave controllers in the entire series. Okay, I get it. I get it. They look impressive. They're working together to create Shinsu. It's really, really cool. Sure. But my goodness, number 2? It's hard to wrap my brain around this one. It's hard for me to look at this from a perspective where you're gonna put them above Han Sung-yu. Like, that is almost disrespectful. And number 1, I'm not sure why there's no image here. It's a little bit bugged. It's Bomb. It's the boy Bomb. Bomb is number 1, and I'm totally willing to give them that because Bomb definitely seems like he would come out on top against almost any opponent. You know, like, Bomb pretty much is like the epitome of being an incredibly powerful and insanely gifted wave controller. So that to me is fine. Again, you're putting him above Gustang, but they're counting what we've seen from Gustang. Like, whatever. I don't know. Anyway, that's all. I just wanted to talk about this list because every placement to me is insane. Like, Doan being this low compared to, like, Ren and Kurdan and So-Oh. I don't get it. Like, if Doan and So-Oh were to fight, I assume it'd be a slaughter. I assume Doan would come out on top, right? So-Oh is like a support wave controller. She supports Kel Halam. But, like, as far as, like, combat ability goes, I don't know. There's a lot here. It's a very creative list. I applaud that they put Sola and Namo, they put So-Oh, and even Kurdan. Like, I think it's cool that they put these characters, but dude, I can't see it, man. I like the thought behind it, but dude, at the same time, I just can't get behind it. I just can't. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like down below. I'd really appreciate that. And also subscribe for more Tower of God content. This Friday, Towers and Gods episode 11 goes live. Our adventure continues on the second floor. We hope to see you there. It'd be a lot of fun. And with that being said, I will see you in my next Tower of God video. Take care.